Welcome back to the Wewealth Women podcast. My name is Athena. I am a CPA and wealth expert focusing on women, founder and CEO of Wewealth Women, where we help women create the wealth that they desire and become wealthy goddesses. In today's topic, we are going to talk about how to get the money you want and deserve. Okay, Hashalaboya, right? Hashalaboya, by the way, is my version of saying hallelujah because that really throws people off sometimes. But in today's topic, it is important that we talk about how to get the money you want and deserve, especially with these certain financial times. But really, in any time, really, you should always be focusing on how to get the money that you want and deserve because money is important because it helps protect you, provides for you, and helps you to create the lifestyle that you would like to enjoy. So, I first want to start off with what is going to be key for you to get the money that you want and deserve is to make sure that you have the right mindset. And a lot of women struggle with having the right mindset around getting the money that they want and deserve. A lot of that comes from, I hate to sound like a therapist, but a lot of that comes from childhood, your environment, what you have been conditioned, what you have been told, what your experiences with money has been. And if you are a woman, chances are a lot of guilt and shame around asking for money has been indoctrinated into you. And a lot of guilt and shame about desiring money has been your experience throughout your journey in womanhood. Depending on what your parents told you, whether or not you had enough of it, or you were asking for too much, or, even in society, even you asking as a woman, even you asking a man for money, depending on what your experiences with that might have been, a lot of people will peg you as a gold digger or how dare you ask me for money, and which is interesting because what is interesting about that is what is encouraged is that for in a lot of ways that you just marry a man and this man is supposed to provide for you, and if you don't act like a good woman or go through this whole course, virtuous course to find a man who is supposedly supposed to be super generous and kind and want to take care of you or marry well, then those are ways for you to be, to get access in that way. But for you being and to hope and to have someone gift this to you. But by you being direct, by you being assured, by you being very firm on requiring money, now you're a gold digger. So it's very complicated. It's very complicated. But what I want, especially focusing on mindset, is what is important for women to know is that you deserve money. You live on planet Earth, and on planet Earth, money is just a financial requirement for you to get access to the resources that you need. So you shouldn't be afraid or ashamed for wanting and desiring money when it's a need. The money is going to help provide the health care that you need, the food that you eat, the zip code, the shelter that you live in. It is essential. So it's almost like this Jedi mind trick of society for shaming, especially women, because women have so much financial shame. And a lot of women think it's virtuous to endure struggle, to endure struggle with their partner or struggle financially because, there's some guilt around you being taken care of, whether it's in a family situation, a marriage, or on your own. There's a guilt around, because even on the flip side of that, if you're a woman who's like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna focus on making my money, I'm gonna focus on my bag, I'm gonna focus on building my business, I'm gonna focus on my career, then you're also demonized on that side of the fence, because then you should have more time for people, you should be more nurturing. All you care about is yourself, all you care about is your career, all you care about your business. Nobody really cares if you have money or not. So on either spectrum of the conversation, you are demonized, and there's just this one you're just supposed to hope. And you guys already know how I feel about hope. If you have been following me, you're just supposed to hope that this money issue or that you have, or this money requirement that you have, is supposed to solve itself. You're supposed to be bestowed upon you in some way. Because we have these indoctrinations and have been shamed in a lot of ways out of our desires for money, it holds us back. It puts mentally, a lot of women struggle because we put ourselves on the back burner to prop up other people, our children, family members, spouses, and their dreams and desires, thinking that, there's supposed to be some trickle down. There's supposed to be some trickle down after that. And that rarely, if ever, happens. And what happens is most women get older and get resentful because the sacrifices that they have made in order to help everyone around them, your children grow up and leave you and have their families. Who knows if you're staying with your partner or not, or the longevity or whatever that relationship is. You're really at that point, which is the point where it's kind of like your options are reduced. At that point is when you come to the realization that you should have been doing more for yourself. And there's a lot of regret with that, and you're trying to find catch up. But you have to address, going back to mindset, you have to address your thoughts around why you even feel guilty or ashamed for wanting and desiring money. Why should you be feeling guilty or ashamed about wanting or desiring something that you need? This is something that you need based off of the requirements of living as a human on earth, right? So you have to address that, and you have to flip it as that I should not be ashamed for wanting and desiring money. I should not be ashamed for wanting and desiring something that I need. In fact, me having this money is going to be beneficial not only for me but for people in life. Me having money means that I have the things that I need. Therefore, I'm able to show up as my best self. I'm able to show up as a more relaxed, calm, joyful person because I'm not living in struggle or lack. I'm able to share more resources. I'm able to put more money into the economy by making purchases. I'm able to give people who I love or causes or whatever because I have money. So you need to work on flipping your mindset around that. And using the examples I just gave, you need to come to that mindset that you having money is beneficial for you and society as a whole. And once you come to that conclusion, even though they've been trying to like beat into you indoctrination that you're a gold digger or you're just selfish or you're a bee because you require this money. Um, and that is just really brainwashing to suppress you in many ways. Once you come to the conclusion that no, me having money is for the benefit of all and myself, then you will be able to get to the money quicker, right? So first thing you have to do is to address that mindset. Now, how do you get to the money you want and deserve? Well, one of the quickest ways is to ask for it. You're like Athena. What do you mean? Yes, ask for it. Ask for the money. Ask for the money you want and deserve. Ask it to the universe first because you live in infinite supply and abundance, right? But then after that, wherever you can get sources of money or whatever sources of money you have access to, ask for it. Now, this part of things can be quite difficult. And I even used to struggle with this. I used to struggle for asking for more. And I realized the reason why I was struggling with that was there were some areas of my own self worth and esteem that was the indoctrination that I told you earlier about that was affecting me. And I had a great mentor who really shed some light on that to help me get out of that thinking. Because now, because now I don't have any problem asking for money. Okay, you need to ask for it. Where do you ask for the money? So, if you have a career or a job, you need to ask for a raise. If you are in a partnership and your partner makes money and contributes to that household, you need to ask for more money from them and also have them ask for a raise too. Okay, because they get more money, it's going it's supposed to fatten up the pot now. So ask for it from your partners, ask for it from your um people who care about you, like your family. Ask for it. Don't be afraid to ask. You need to be open to receiving. And a lot of us have a hard time doing it because, like, once again, we're so used to the struggle. We are so used to the lack. We are so used to this being an arduous thing. It can't be as easy to ask for it. And why do you not ask for it? Why do you not ask for it? You don't ask for it because you're afraid. You don't ask for it because you judge yourself. You don't ask for it because you're afraid to be rejected. You're afraid to hear no. You don't ask for it because you judge yourself and you're like, you should have money. You shouldn't even have to be asking people. You shouldn't have to be asking I feel like your employer is the first place you need to ask for sure. But it's a lot of fear and a lot of judgment because we have also been wired to look at asking as if we are begging. We are wired to look at if I'm asking for this, I'm not a good woman. I'm supposed to wait on your employer to value you and offer you a promotion or a raise, for your partner to value you and give you more money, for your family to value you and give you more money. Unfortunately, since we do not live in ideal circumstances all the time, that tends to be the minority of situations than the majority. The majority of the time, you're going to have to ask for what it is that you want. You're going to have to express this to the people, employers, corporations around you. Why? Because it's human nature. You know what human nature is? The squeaky wheel gets the oil. So if you are not asking or bringing this to their attention that this is a need or desire that you would like for them to accommodate, then they're going to assume things are okay. They're going to assume that you don't need anything more. And you're actually doing them a disservice in the relationship because what often happens, you are putting your thoughts and assumptions on them, thinking that they should just know or they should just do this. Never assume. Write this down. Never assume people know anything. People need to be told things. And this is one of the things I need you to tell them. You need to ask for the money. You need to ask, and don't make it in a demanding tone or way, because ideally this is someplace that, or someone that you have a relationship of value that would be willing to do this, right? So you want to ask in a way, just ask plainly. I know people's like, how do I ask? How do I structure? How to do this? There's no perfect way to do that. And really, when you ask that question, you're trying to figure out a way to say it without feeling judged. And those are your feelings, right? Your feelings of judgment. Don't be afraid to, no one who cares about you is going to judge you negatively for asking. You are simply asking a question. It is no different than asking for someone to do a favor for you, for someone to run to the store, for someone to pass a pen. Like, don't make the ask, this is a good tip. Don't make the ask such a big deal. Don't make you asking for this like this humongous big deal that, you know, it's not that, it's a big deal in your mind because you have anxiety because you don't have a lot of experience doing this. And then also, you are taking their no, their potential of saying no, to mean that you're not worthy. You need to separate your view of worthiness away from asking. Your worth is immovable. By being alive, by the nature of being alive, right? By the nature of being alive, you are worthy. The universe saw it fit for you to be here. That is it. Do not attach you asking for the things that you need as an indication of your worth. And that is the problem, or the biggest problem I see with women when they're struggling to ask for money, is that the potential of saying no. This person haven't even said yes or no yet. Your boss hasn't said yes or no. Your partner haven't said yes or no. But by virtue of you feel like you're asking this, it feels like if they don't say yes and the answer is a no, that your worth or your self-esteem has taken a hit. And that's usually just a trigger or indication of self-esteem issues that you might need to work on. You need to work on detaching your worth from anything, really. Comment down below if you want me to do a video on, detachment, self-detachment, and also other to go in further on just a video by itself on how to ask, because I feel like this is the area that women struggle with, right? The third thing I want to discuss about how to get to the money that you want and deserve, because you are a wealthy goddess and you deserve money, boo. You need to create that wealth. You need to be always looking for better. You need to always be looking for better opportunities. Sometimes we can get very much so complacent on where we are at in life. And it is good. I will say it is good to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Because, honey, I used to be the type of woman that would be go, 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 and not take breaks and not just enjoy the peace that I have created. And I would burn myself out. And a part of the reason I did that is because I felt like if I did not keep going, then everything will fall apart somehow. That is also a mindset of lack and scarcity. You, as a wealth woman, as a wealthy goddess, knows that there's an infinite supply of abundance available to you, but you must open your mind to receive it. And things don't necessarily have to be hard. Sometimes it's harder in our minds than what it is in reality. But you need to be looking for better opportunities in all things. So, better ways to get the money that you deserve, whether it's from your current employer. Maybe you realize that, your current employer can only do so much and you need to find a new employer that can do better. Actually, a great tactic is to actually ask for a raise from your current place because you have nothing to lose, right? So, even back to asking, you have nothing to lose. If they say no, you're still in the same place you were without asking. And if they say yes, you get more. So I feel like it's just a win-win situation. It's just a win-win situation. You have nothing to lose. I feel like looking for better opportunities, one of the tactics is to actually get a raise from your current employer. And then if you look for jobs, always look for jobs that pay more in your field. Always look for opportunities that are more. Don't jump shift only to get the same pay. No. But now you can negotiate for higher pay based off of the higher raise that you just got because a lot of employers will look at your past pay and things like that. And then when you're looking for better jobs too, now you have more. You're not losing anything is what I'm trying to say, because you are secured by the job you have now. You negotiated a higher pay. If they gave it to you, great. If not, even more fuel to the fire for you to find a job that pays more. And what do I mean by that? So I'll give an example of myself. I used to work for an employer that was, it served its purposes. It was great while I was there. I was able to work remotely and I was able to have different clients that I worked with, right? But they always told me, I always negotiated my salary, which I had other women on the team. And I noticed they never negotiated their salary, they accepted what it was. And it wasn't a job that had like, okay, cost of living pay raise every year. Like you literally, unless you said something, there was no increase. So I always negotiated every year. And I got the price I was negotiating for. So, but in that situation, right, when it came towards the end, they weren't able to offer me the flexibility I initially wanted. And also, and I initially had. And also, I probably outpriced what they were able to afford as my rate, as my consulting rate. And basically, I had met their ceiling. And then they were basically trying to convince me that I wouldn't be able to have the work lifestyle culture that I wanted. To sum that up, I'm trying to be very political as I say this story. But I never believed them. And I never made their what they were saying about what I could have my reality. And since leaving that company and not working there, not only have I made more money, not only have I made more money, but I enjoy the work lifestyle that I have that they said that they couldn't give me. So that's why I say even if you're happy where you are, you're comfortable, sometimes look for better. More is available to you. And don't make anyone, whether it's a partner, a family member, friend, job, convince you that you can't have more. Because they're talking, usually when people are talking to you about what you can have, is from the perspective of what they can give. Write that down. Write that down. That's a gem. Usually what people tell you about what you can have is from the perspective of what they can give. But what they're really saying is, I can't give this to you. I don't see you getting more than what I can get. It's from a frame of their perspective. So to use my previous employer as a example, they were basically telling me in not so much terms, Athena, this is what we can give for you. But they didn't frame it like that. They framed it as this is what the best you can get. No, ma'am. It was only up from there. Up from there. Up from there. My career grew, business grew a lot when I actually left. So don't be afraid to look for better opportunities because that is what you deserve. You are a woman of abundance, great abundance and wealth. You are a wealthy goddess. More is available to you. I don't care if you're in a cardboard box under the bridge right now, listening to this. From whatever position, even though it's hard to even conceive of this, from whatever position you are, you could always have more. You can always have more, right? Now, there's a lot of other tactics and ways to go about getting the money you want and deserve. You can create a product. You can provide a service. You can rent out a room in your house. You can rent out a whole home if you have to spare. There's so many, we live in a time where there's so many different ways for you to get the money that you want and deserve. Right? And if you are a woman who is interested in that, if you are a woman who wants to live her best life, to become a wealthy goddess, to attract the abundance that you deserve, to create the wealth legacy for yourself, to own your own wealth narrative, please consider joining our membership at join.wewealthwomen, where I go over, have different master classes, sessions, goal trackers, a lot of different features and community to where you can level up in your wealth journey. And I will teach you not only the mindset, but the tools and resources for you to get the money that you want and deserve. That is available at join.wewealthwomen.com. Make sure you are plugged in. I send out a weekly newsletter that gives you a daily dose of wealth wisdom, right? A daily dose of wealth wisdom, resources, information that will be valuable to you. That is available at go.wewealthwomen.com. And if you find this information to be useful and you want to make sure that you do not miss a video or anything that I'm doing that will help you become the wealthy goddess of your life so you can afford the trips, the travel, the food, the healthcare, the home that you deserve to create the life that you deserve and not the life that anyone tells you that you should have. Okay? Put people in their place that way. Be sure to follow at Wewealth Woman at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, so you not miss a beat. But anyway, wealthy goddess, I hope you enjoyed this video. Or if you're listening to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or Google Play Store, I hope you enjoy the audio. Lots of gems in here you might want to, rewatch, re-listen, and take some notes. Until the next time, I will see you